Have you ever stopped to really think about how much time you have in this world and how you're spending your minutes, your hours, your weeks basically? So the book is entitled 4,000 Weeks is because based on the average lifespan of people, we have around 4,000 weeks in this world or equivalent to around 80 years to live in this earth. And the moment you realize that, it really changes your perspective on how you choose to spend your time, how you choose to give importance to certain things, right? So in this book, Oliver discusses the different time management tools for mere mortals on how we can maximize the use of our time here in this world. So as usual, I have my 5 key takeaways. Let's start with key takeaway number 1: facing finitude, the joy of missing out. So one of my favorite movies is Troy, right? And one of the famous lines given by Brad Pitt was, "The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal, because any moment may be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we're doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again." It's Brad Pitt. So the reason why I started with that quote is because again, we have 4,000 weeks to live in this world to really enjoy and maximizing it. And the moment we realize that we have a finite time here in this world, it really changes the way we choose to spend our time, right? And there's a key concept here that they discuss, which is the joy of missing out. If we had unlimited time to spend in this world, we won't really appreciate the value of trade-offs, right? And the joy of missing out is being strategic, is being deliberate in the choices we make in each, how we choose to spend our time. And if I choose to spend time with my family, it means that I'm making a trade-off because I value my time with my family, right? So again, appreciate the joy of missing out, because if we had unlimited time, we won't really see the value of trade-offs. The second one is productivity trap. I'm busy, I'm working. We try to do more as if we have unlimited time, which ends up making us even more busy. So the productivity trap is really letting go of the idea to get everything done, right? And making trade-offs, but rather focusing on things that really move the needle, that really count, right? So out of the multiple tasks we have to do, really identifying what really matter to you, that would really move the needle, and focusing on things that count. The second one is, by getting things done, you tend to do things, you get more things to do, or feel you can do more things. For example, if you're in a corporate world and you feel like, you want to clear your entire inbox, the more time you spend in responding to emails, the more emails you get. It's as if an infinite loop is happening. So it's a productivity trap. The feeling that you can get everything done. The third one is, work expands to fill the time available for completion. This is the Parkinson's law. So have you ever experienced wherein if you're given a due date of 1 week, although you can finish it in 1 day because you have that entire week allotted to you, your work is delayed until you procrastinate till the last minute, right? So again, it's not about being productive, feel the feeling of getting things done, ticking off your to-do list, but really about identifying what are the critical things that you need to do and actually executing on this. The third one is being a better procrastinator, right? So again, it's not about eradicating procrastination, but choosing wisely on what to procrastinate in order to for focus on what matters most. So the art of true time management is neglecting the right things. So choosing to prioritize items or tasks that really matter is the true essence of time management. And if you do have some spare time, you can opt to finish the remaining. But it's really about neglecting the right things and focusing on your key priorities that really move the needle in your life. The fourth one is rediscovering rest. So I'm guilty of this, when you're on vacation, but your mind is elsewhere, thinking about work and whatnot. So a lot of people experience midlife crisis. And through the book, one of the good quotes here is, midlife is when we become consciously aware that mortality is fast approaching. what's the point in postponing to a later time when soon enough you won't have any later left? So again, it's not about always doing something that would lead to a better future state, right? Sometimes it's also good to unplug and really rest and recover and take your mind out of the busy, hectic schedule that you have. This gives you the energy for you to actually sustain, that pace in the long run. So rediscovering rest is the appreciation of actually doing nothing, right? Clearing your mind, from all the busy stuff, and actually resting and enjoying the moment, right? So when you're on vacation, it's about really being on vacation, and your mind is not drifting elsewhere. And so what about the 4,000 weeks? What are the next steps? And here are the 10 tips for you to really maximize your time uh, in this world. So the first one is fixed volume approach productivity. So the problem of most people is they have a to-do list, but they keep on adding and adding and adding until they get overwhelmed with the list of tasks that they have to do. So a fixed volume approach productivity is really about having a cap, a maximum capacity of how much work in progress to-do list you can do. So as long if you haven't finished those, for example, 10 to-do list yet, you can't add a new one. The second one is focus on one project at a time. So I'm very guilty here wherein I want to do a lot of things at the same time. But in fact, multitasking is a productivity trap wherein it's faster if ever we focus on one activity at a time. We get to accomplish things more quicker. The third one is decide in advance what to fail at. Again, it's not about doing everything, right? It's about strategically selecting and prioritizing the things that really move the needle, and deciding in advance what you want to prioritize in and what you want to fail at. The fourth one is focus on what you already completed, not what you're yet to complete. So again, if we have a to-do list, sometimes we get overwhelmed or we get demotivated if ever we have a laundry list of to-do lists. So it's also important for us to recognize the accomplishments that we have made, the progress that we have made, to help us build that momentum to actually finish the remaining of to-do lists. The fifth one is pick your battles on what you care for. Similar to what I mentioned earlier, right? It's about prioritizing where you want to prioritizing key tasks, key deliverables that actually move the needle. The sixth one is embrace boring and simple purpose technology. So in the advent of smartphones, it's an all-in-one application device that, from social media, communication, videos, entertainment, and so on. Because of this, we have so much distraction in this world. So embracing single-purpose technology is about selecting technology that serves a singular purpose. For example, if you're reading a book, Kindle would be a better option versus a smartphone, because in Kindle you're only focused, or the only thing you can do is actually read the book. Seventh is seek out novelty in the mundane. So basically, it's really being in the moment, appreciating each and everything that happens in your life, right? It's not about try to enjoy the experience, whether it seems boring, or try to change the route from the routinely things that you do. Eight is deliberately adapt a curious mind without demanding a certain result. So if ever a challenge of most people is they expect certain outcomes, right? But if you decide to take on a curiosity approach, there are lesser chances for you to get disappointed to the outcome. So rather than be tied to the outcome, it's about really having that curious mind, that learning mentality of really asking the right questions, because you're not expecting a result, but because you want to actually learn more. The ninth one is cultivate instantaneous generosity. So again, it's about giving back to the community. It's about practicing generosity on a regular basis. And the last one is practice doing nothing. This is very hard for me because I'm a productivity junkie, wherein I always want to be productive in every minute, in every day, right? But sometimes you need to unplug. You need to appreciate doing nothing, right? Because this clears your mind. This helps you clear your thoughts and actually gives you the stamina, the energy to continue in the long haul. So again, those are my 5 key takeaways and tips to become a better time management for mere mortals like us. If you like my summary, this is the first book for 2022, and I have several other summaries. I do one every Sunday evening. So hop on to youtube.com, search Paulo Balinas, and I have several summaries there. With that, I look forward to more books to read 2022, and thank you and have a great day.